Think for a moment, what happens when you wake up in the middle of the night between 3 and 5 a.m.? Something happens to you during this time, but you've probably never stopped to understand it. Have you ever wondered why, suddenly, something makes you awaken in the silence of the early morning, when the world is still and everyone is in a deep sleep? It could be just a bodily reflex, or perhaps it's the universe, your own spirit, or even God trying to send you a crucial message. What if I told you that this time has a hidden power, a meaning that goes far beyond what you imagine? Now, I know what you're thinking. It might seem like something simple. You woke up, turned over, and went back to sleep. But what if that's not the real story? What if, in reality, this awakening has to do with something much deeper, something that can change the way you see your life and even your spiritual journey? With gratitude and love, I welcome you. May divine light and peace of mind always be present in your life. I'm Michel, and this is the Buddhist and Christian Wisdom channel. And today, I'm going to take you on an unexpected path, which intertwines the most ancient spiritual traditions of the East and West. What happens when you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m.? The answer will surprise you, because the truth behind this phenomenon goes far beyond any scientific explanation. We're talking about something that will deeply touch your soul. But before continuing, I have a special invitation for you. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment below, and share this video with someone you know needs to hear this. You might think that waking up at this time is trivial, but by the end of this video, you'll see that it has powerful implications, not only for your physical well-being, but also for your spiritual awakening and how you face life. Now, I want you to stop everything you're doing and pay attention to the next words, because what I'm about to reveal will change the way you look at the small moments of your life. There's something supernatural, something that transcends the physical world, happening when you wake up during this time frame. Let me show you how Buddhist and Christian wisdom meet at this mysterious hour, revealing secrets that can transform your life experience, your spiritual journey, and even how you deal with your daily challenges. In the Buddhist tradition, this specific time between 3 and 5 a.m. isn't just a coincidence. It's the time when our body and mind are in a state of vulnerability, where our vital energy is in tune with the deepest forces of the universe. For Buddhism, this is a time of transition between the world of dreams and the real world. During this period, the lung, the organ associated with sadness and detachment, is more active, signaling that it's time to reflect on what we need to release. But why exactly the lung? What does it have to tell us? How can this connection between Buddhist teachings and your life experience be what you need to achieve peace and prosperity? Now, I invite you to go even deeper. Have you ever stopped to think that this time is related to something even more profound than just health or emotional state? It's related to a spiritual awakening, to an inner search that needs to be done at every moment of our lives, especially at this hour. In Christian teachings, we also have something very interesting that intertwines here. Jesus, in his spiritual walks, withdrew in the quietest hours of the night to pray and connect with God. He knew that in the early hours of the morning, silence and solitude were powerful moments for direct communication with the divine. For Christians, the time of vigil, of deep prayer, often occurs precisely at this time, between 3 and 5 a.m. What if I told you that this awakening could be a divine call? That when you wake up at this time, you are being invited to reconnect with something greater than yourself. But the most intriguing thing of all is that at this moment, something extraordinary can happen. Spiritual science, both Buddhist and Christian, teaches that the state of vigilance of the mind and body during this early morning period can open doors to clarity, to a deep understanding of your own being and your purpose in life. The question is, are you ready to hear what your soul is trying to tell you? I know you might be wondering, Michel, does this really make sense? How can I be more aware when I wake up at this time? And that's exactly what we're going to explore from now on. What happens to your mind, body, and spirit when you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m.? The answer, as you will discover, is directly connected to the deepest spiritual teachings. And if you understand this, it can change not only your understanding of the world around you, but also how you relate to your own emotions and to life. But before continuing, tell me, have you ever woken up at this time and felt something different? If so, share your experience in the comments. I want to know from you, what do you feel when you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m.? And more importantly, are you willing to learn how this can be the sign you need to achieve a state of spiritual and physical balance? Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with everyone you believe might be going through something similar. And get ready, because what comes next will be even deeper, and I'm going to reveal secrets you never imagined. Now, imagine that the answer to what happens when you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m. isn't just in what you feel physically, but also in what your spirit is trying to tell you. Have you ever stopped to think that these hours, far from simply being a reflection of your tiredness or stress, could be a portal to a profound transformation? Perhaps it's the ideal time for you to dive into a spiritual journey that goes beyond logic, and that can lead you to a completely new understanding of life. What happens inside you during this time frame goes far beyond a simple biological adjustment. This window of 3 to 5 a.m. is like a link between two worlds, the world of sleep and the world of wakefulness. At this threshold, the mind is open and the energies are more fluid, allowing you to access a level of perception that often goes unnoticed during the day. In fact, for spiritual traditions, especially Buddhism, this time has a profound meaning. According to Buddhist teachings, between 3 and 5 a.m., the lung, which is at its peak of activity, is responsible for filtering not only the physical impurities of the body, but also the denser emotional energies, such as sadness, fear, and even anger. This organ, linked to the metal element and the emotion of sadness, may be telling you that it's time to release what weighs you down, what imprisons you. That's why, often when we wake up at this time, we can feel a wave of melancholy or an inexplicable emptiness. This isn't just physical, it's a message from your soul. The lung tells us, free yourself from what's weighing you down. Release the sadness and fear that are still present within you. Now, if you're wondering what to do with these emotions, Buddhist wisdom brings a powerful answer. Instead of resisting these emotions or trying to go back to sleep without thinking about it, the Buddhist practice invites us to observe. Yes, just observe without judgment. When you wake up at this time and feel this wave of emotion, Buddhism teaches that this is a sign for you to meditate and observe yourself, not critically, but lovingly and compassionately. Because by doing this, you allow the energy of the lung to do its job of purification, and in the process, you free yourself from the emotional burdens that prevent you from moving forward. Now you might be wondering, Michelle, this all sounds interesting, but how does it connect with my practical life? How can I apply these spiritual teachings in my daily life? Well, the answer lies in your ability to use these moments of deep reflection to make more conscious and balanced decisions in your life. When you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m., it's not just about a physical or mental phenomenon. This time, for spiritual traditions, is a time of clarity, and you can use this clarity to review the aspects of your life that need change. It could be the way you handle your finances, your relationships, or even your life purpose. Let's do a quick exercise. The next time you wake up at this time, instead of picking up your cell phone or trying to go back to sleep, ask yourself, what do I need to learn now? What is my soul trying to show me? Take a deep breath and observe what comes to your mind. You might be surprised by the clarity that can arise in this silence. According to Buddhist wisdom, this is a moment of great revelation. This is what Buddhism calls awakening, a deeper understanding of yourself and the universe around you. And what's even more interesting is that, according to Christianity, this same tranquility of awakening has great value. The Bible talks about the importance of praying in the quietest hours, when the world is calm and when we are most vulnerable to God's touch. Many Christian scholars believe that these early morning prayers are moments of deep connection with God. For example, Psalm 119 verse 147 says, "I rise before dawn and cry for help. I have put my hope in your word." Here we see the importance of seeking divine guidance in the early hours of the day, when our minds are quieter and more receptive. So, what happens between 3 and 5 a.m. isn't just about how you feel physically. It's about opening space for spiritual revelation, for emotional purification, and even for personal growth. This period of vigilance, this golden hour, as some call it, is a point of connection between you and the divine, between you and the universe. And as uncomfortable as the moment may seem, that's precisely where the great learning lies. The emotions that arise at this time, sadness, restlessness, emptiness, are signs. And the invitation is learn to listen to these signs. Learn to use this moment to access new wisdom, a new level of awareness. It's no wonder then that many people who experience this awakening are looking for something more, something that goes beyond the material, the physical. There is a deep connection between your body, your mind, and your spirit. The secret is in how you interpret and react to this moment. Buddhism teaches us to observe without judging, to meditate, and to seek inner peace in this silence. Christianity, on the other hand, calls us to seek the divine presence in the quiet hours, to make those hours a time of prayer and reflection. Now, I want to know from you, have you ever had an experience at this time? Have you ever woken up feeling an urgent need to pray or meditate? If so, share your experience in the comments. And if you haven't experienced it yet, how about making it a ritual of self-knowledge, of connection with something greater? I invite you to try. Before continuing, make an effort. Subscribe to the channel and share this video with someone who also needs to hear these words. The truth we are revealing here is powerful. And I want more people to have access to this profound knowledge. And in the next segment, we will explore how these moments of awakening can really change your life, how you can use these insights to transform your choices, your spirituality, and yes, even your prosperity. Because understanding what happens between 3 and 5 a.m. is understanding a cosmic secret that can bring you clarity and freedom. Now that we've begun to understand what happens physically and spiritually between 3 and 5 a.m., it's time to go even deeper. Imagine that this phenomenon isn't just a physical awakening, but a portal, a unique opportunity to align your body, mind, and spirit with greater forces. And the truth is that this awakening can have the power to transform not only your spiritual life, but also your practical life, your way of seeing reality, and even the way you deal with daily difficulties. Many people wake up between 3 and 5 a.m., and although they feel a strong sense of discomfort, they don't know exactly how to deal with it. For Buddhist scholars, this period isn't a simple interruption of sleep, but rather a window of deep introspection. A rare moment when our minds are more open and the physical and emotional state is more susceptible to transformation. Buddhism teaches us that the early hours of the morning are when our vital energies are purest and not contaminated by the external stimuli of the day. It's as if you're receiving a message from your own being, a direct communication with your soul. But to better understand this, we need to look at the cycle of life that connects directly with the time between 3 and 5 a.m. As I mentioned before, this time is governed by the energy of the lung, and the lung, according to Buddhist wisdom, is linked to the emotion of sadness, loss, and detachment. When you wake up at this moment, what often arises within you isn't just a feeling of tiredness or despair, but the need to release something that holds you back. It could be a past pain, an unresolved relationship, or even a limiting belief that prevents you from moving forward in life. The question that arises is, how can you use these moments of waking to transcend the limitations that your mind imposes on you? Buddhism teaches us that when we wake up at this time and feel a strong emotion of sadness or discomfort, it's the perfect opportunity to practice detachment. This doesn't mean ignoring emotions, but rather welcoming the experience and allowing it to transform. By practicing meditation at this time, we can transmute the dense energy of sadness into something lighter, like compassion and forgiveness. This is the true power of meditation upon awakening. Okay, here's the translated text, adjusted for a natural, engaging tone for a YouTube video in US English. Now imagine applying this teaching to your everyday life. Let's talk about prosperity. Did you know that these moments of introspection can not only heal your emotions, but also open doors to a prosperity you never imagined? The truth is, when we clear out the heavy emotions we carry within us, our energy flows more efficiently, more fluidly, and this directly affects our material life. For Buddhism, prosperity isn't just about what you own, but about how you connect with the universe and how that connection brings harmony and balance to all areas of your life. If you wake up at this time and, instead of fighting the sadness or discomfort, choose to meditate and reflect on the emotions that arise, you're creating a space for clarity. This state of clarity is what allows your energy to align with the forces of the universe, which open doors to new opportunities, to creative solutions, and yes, even to greater material prosperity. In Buddhism, the practice of meditation is not only a path to inner peace, but also a path to success, because it allows you to operate from a higher frequency, free from distractions and emotional baggage. Now, I'm going to ask you an important question. What would you do if you knew that by dealing with these moments of awakening, you could access a higher level of prosperity? It's a question worth reflecting on. By eliminating negative emotions and the energies that hold you back, you create a space for opportunities that were waiting to enter your life. This is what Buddhist wisdom teaches about prosperity. Prosperity isn't just about having money, but about being in harmony with yourself and the universe around you. And here's where we find a deep connection with Christian teachings. In Christianity, we have something very similar, but with a divine perspective. Jesus talks about seeking first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. This doesn't just mean the heavenly kingdom, but also the abundance that flows when we are in tune with the divine will. When you dedicate yourself to connecting with God, prayer in the early hours of the day, that moment of silence and reflection, can be the perfect space to seek divine guidance. God, in his wisdom, often speaks to us in moments of quiet, of introspection, and these moments between 3 and 5 a.m. are conducive to this type of communion with the divine. By seeking God's guidance in silence, you allow divine prosperity to flow into your life because you are aligned with the divine will and spiritual truth. The connection between Buddhism and Christianity in this aspect is clear. Both teach us that true prosperity comes when we are in harmony with something greater than ourselves, whether it's the universe or God. By clearing our emotions, by meditating, by praying, by reflecting, we are creating the space necessary for divine blessings to flow. And these moments of awakening, when you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m., are the best times to do this. Now, once again, I want to hear from you. Have you ever woken up at this time and felt like you were being called to something greater? Maybe you've had an experience, a sense of connection with something higher. Maybe you felt inspired to pray or meditate. If so, share your experience in the comments. I want to know what you felt and what happened when that occurred. And if you haven't yet experienced this kind of spiritual awakening, I invite you to reflect. What do you have to lose by trying to open yourself up to this practice? By creating this space of inner peace, you not only transform your spiritual life, but you also create a channel for prosperity and clarity. Before we continue, please make an effort to subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like and share it. We're just beginning to reveal the depth of the secrets that these moments of wakefulness can bring to your life. Now we've reached the culmination point where all the answers connect, and the true power of what happens between 3 and 5 a.m. is revealed in a surprising way. If you've followed along this far, you already know that there's something much bigger happening than just a simple physical awakening. What we're exploring is an opportunity for spiritual transformation, and more than that, a portal to a new level of understanding of your life, your purpose, and even your prosperity. And most importantly, you're about to discover how to use this wisdom to not only find peace, but also prosperity and success. What happens when you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m. isn't just an invitation to connect with your emotions or do some deep reflection. It's the moment when you can radically reprogram your life, aligning your body, mind, and spirit with the forces of the universe. And what I'm about to share could be the key to unlocking the next level of your journey. Why is this time so significant? As we've already discussed, during this period, the lung, which governs sadness and detachment, is at its peak of activity. For Buddhists, this is a sign that it's time to release what prevents us from moving forward, whether in the emotional or material realm. Maybe at some point you felt trapped in a cycle of negative emotions, such as sadness, fear, or insecurity, which are reflected in your material life, perhaps in your finances, your relationships, or your work. Waking up between 3 and 5 a.m., therefore, is a direct invitation to the process of purification. But here's the powerful secret. When you surrender to meditation or prayer at this time, you don't just release your emotions, but you activate a vibrational energy that connects you directly with a divine source, whether that source is the universe or, in our Christian faith, God. When you are in harmony with yourself, when your energy is aligned and clear, you create a field of attraction for the blessings and opportunities that were, until then, blocked by the density of your unresolved emotions. The Buddhist and Christian practice of meditation or prayer during these hours of silence allows you to have an experience of awakening, that in addition to being spiritual is also material. But the power of this transformation doesn't stop there. When you begin to understand that what happens between 3 and 5 a.m. is a moment of clarity and openness, you become more aware of your choices. And this spiritual clarity can be directly reflected in all areas of your life. What you learn during these moments of introspection, of releasing what imprisons you, of seeking divine guidance, or of meditating, can change the way you face the challenges of your daily life. As a result, you become more aware of how your actions, decisions, and beliefs are shaping your reality. Have you ever stopped to think that, by waking up at this time, you have the chance to shape your life in a completely different way? You are no longer reacting to the circumstances of life, but you are creating your reality actively and consciously. This is the true power of spiritual transformation. And the great revelation is that when you start releasing your emotions, reprogramming your thoughts, and aligning your energy with something greater, you become a magnet for opportunities. You start to attract what you truly desire into your life. Now you might be asking yourself, Michelle, how can I apply all of this to my life? How can I use these moments of wakefulness to manifest a fuller, more balanced, and more prosperous life? I'll give you a powerful piece of advice. Use the time between 3 and 5 a.m. for your personal practice. If you already wake up at this time, take the opportunity to meditate, reflect, pray, or even write. Don't fight what is arising within you, but allow this space of silence and introspection to be the fertile ground where new possibilities can germinate. Remember, Buddhist meditation isn't just a relaxation practice, it's a practice of awakening to a new reality, to a new version of yourself. And in relation to the Christian faith, Jesus also showed us that the hours of silence are powerful. He withdrew in the early hours to pray, seeking not only physical rest, but spiritual renewal. And, in the same way, When you seek this renewal in prayer or meditation, you are allowing the peace of God or spiritual clarity to invade your life in a transformative way. It is in this silence that you can hear the divine voice, where you can receive the guidance you need for your journey. Therefore, I invite you to see what happens between 3 and 5 a.m., not as an inconvenience, but as a divine invitation. It's as if the universe or God is calling you for an intimate and transformative conversation. These moments of waking up in the middle of the night, with your emotions on the surface, are opportunities for you to cleanse your spirit, align your intentions, and yes, open doors to a prosperity that goes far beyond the material. And to finish, I want to leave you with a powerful reflection. What would you do if you knew that this time between 3 and 5 a.m. is a portal to something greater? What would happen if you use this time not only to reconnect with your spirituality, but also to release everything that prevents you from achieving what you deserve? How would your life change? Now I ask you, who are watching until here, to share this video with those you know need to hear this message? I know that there are many people who still don't understand the depth of these moments of awakening. So, let's spread this wisdom, this connection with the divine, and with inner truth. And if you haven't subscribed yet, take the opportunity to subscribe right now. Activate the notification bell, give it a like, and comment below on what you learned in this video. I'd love to know the impact of this message on your life. In summary, what happens when you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m.? The answer is simple. It's the most powerful time for the transformation of your life. Open yourself up to it. Take advantage of this window of opportunity. Transform your emotions, align your energy, and see how the universe or God begins to conspire in your favor.